Good morning, guys. So I was up early watching some videos about people who are cooking on a budget, and I noticed, hang on a sec, gotta drink my coffee. I noticed that a lot of them, they tell you to buy like 8 items, and then they bring it home, and then they're like, oh, well, you should have oil, or you should have salt, you should have yeast, you should have all these different things. And personally, I don't think that's fair. I would hate that if I, because I'm one of those people that I only read the first part of the directions and I don't read the second part because I'm like, oh, I need this, this, this. I'll go to the store and I'll get that. Then I'll come back and I'll go, well, crap, I don't have that. So I'm trying to make a video of what your pantry supplies should be. And I probably forgot a couple, but I went through mine, and then I'll show you how I store some of my stuff. Flour, rice, pasta, salt, pepper, yeast. Yeast you can buy in different ways. When I did my last video, one of my last videos where we're talking about yeast, the product price that I showed was a 16-ounce container of yeast. Yeast saves in your freezer. A lot of people won't buy yeast ahead of time because it won't last, but as you can see, I've got corn flour in here and yeast. Now this yeast I actually bought 2 years ago. It works just fine. I bought a big 16-ounce. I reuse all of my jars that I can, and I just said 2 1/4 teaspoons equals 1 packet. And I label it that way, and then I put it in the freezer. So the last show I watched, she used, as you can see, I've got all sorts of stuff in here that I buy when it's on sale. There's some bread, soups, green tomatoes for eating, fried green tomatoes, seeds back there that I need to make seed stuff. I make beef Wellington for New Year's Eve, and I needed these. They were on sale. They didn't expire till 2022, so I bought those then. This is homemade ice cream. This is my ice cream maker. There's sun-dried tomatoes back here that I made out of my tomatoes. White bean chili. I put the date on it so I know when I need to use it. Some sausage. There's some chicken back there. This is a carcass, a bone for my mom. She loves bone. I don't like it. This is pumpkin that I made. Breaded chicken strips, cheese. When cheese is on sale, shredded cheese. Buy it, throw it in there, because it'll last. Chicken nuggets for my daughter. More green tomatoes, and this has veggies in it. These are broths. As you can see here, those are pork drippings. This is stewed tomatoes that I didn't want to can. And back there is some fish stock that I made last summer when I make clam chowder. Those are just, you gotta have those. So that's the way the yeast is. So yeast, if you buy the package, you get 3 packets for probably, let's say, roughly $1. The big 16-ounce was $3. So instead of spending $1 and only being able to get 3 uses out of my yeast, I buy the big one for $3. Let's say $3, and so that would be 9. There's way more than 9 or 18 teaspoons in that you saw, and it will last in the freezer. So that's how I would suggest you buy it. It'll last for years in the freezer. Okay, spices, baking soda. You need baking soda and powder. Canned veggies, canned tomatoes, bouillon cubes or broth. Like I have some fish broth, but I don't have any chicken broth. So if I had some bouillon cubes and I just ran out, you can use those. Sugars, brown and white. White because you're going to have your sugars that you use in the, we use them for everything. Stir fries, all sorts of stuff. Brown sugars are mostly for your baking. Vegetables, garlic, onions, potatoes, bananas, apples. Your apples and your oranges you want in the fridge. Oils. I have vegetable oil, I have olive oil, I have avocado oil, and I think I have like sesame seed oil and stuff we use for Asian stir fries. Fats. You can also have fats. Saved fats, like I talked about when I saved the fat off the chicken. I'll show that to you. Lard, which I have a container of lard in a cupboard. Chicken fat. As you can see, we've got tons of leftovers in here, and yeah, it's kind of dirty. Chicken fat. See? That is all chicken fat from the chicken we made 2 weeks ago. This will last forever. I also have somewhere in here a very big container of, way back in there, I don't know if you can see it, way in the back by the sauerkraut, is bacon fat. I use bacon fat too. You can fry stuff in it. So pantry items. I leave mine where I can see them. So as you can tell, this is kind of rickety. But you know, it'll work for now. I think I'll figure out a way to fix it up better. We have sauces, we have some canned goods, Spam for my daughter, she loves it, some jelly because I'm out of my homemade, salad dressings, there's some dried cranberries, some barley. That is xanthan gum, which of course I use. I'll turn the light on so you can see back in there. Xanthan. Hoisin sauce, baby corn, container of Alfredo, which I need to learn to make it. Oh no, that's moldy. Good thing I pulled it out. Yeah, that was apple cider vinegar, and I don't know if that's a SCOBY or not. It doesn't look... Actually, that's a SCOBY. It's not mold. When you do apple cider vinegars or kombucha, you really have to be careful with what you're doing. I will have to look it up. That was my homemade apple. There's some shredded potato, and here's some more noodles. In here, there is sugar, noodles, cornstarch. I like potato starch. 2 types of rices. This is medium grain, and that is for polenta. Is that right? Polenta? No, polenta is the corn. I can't think of the name right now. Back there is some more stuff. Spaghetti noodles. Ran out of croutons. More spaghetti noodles in the back. And then over here, you're going to have spices. I've dried this barbecue rub. Cucumber powder to make homemade ranch, some sage. These are dandelion roots for when I don't feel good. I grind it up in my little coffee grinder. Those packets in there will keep the moisture out so they don't get icky. Dried carrots I dehydrated. Beans. This one is cilantro. If you don't want to write it on the top, write it on the bottom. Green beans, dog cookies. 2 recipes that I love. Lentil, whole cloves. This is, let's see, pepper powder. Oh, that should be good. Eggs from the chickens. Garlic and onions sit on this shelf. Booze. Down here we've got some panko, potato starch, flour, breadcrumbs, lemon balm. And then over on this one, those are onions I grew. And as you can see, if you buy the storage type, you hang them. Look how well they last. They're still hard. Noodles. Vito wheat gluten. I don't know why I bought that. I needed it for something. I think when I made rye bread. Popcorn, because I make my popcorn by hand. More rice. Those chia seeds. Hot peppers for my daughter when we make Asian. Mushrooms. More mushrooms. Cumin. Onion. More mushrooms. And I think those I have those top down the bottom. Those are dried wood bear mushrooms. I like to put those in food because they're really good for you. The rest is just stuff. So, there's what you should have in your pantry. You may think of other things that you want, but I wanted to give you that heads up, let you know, so that if you start watching YouTube videos and you want to make the stuff that they want to make, some of this stuff they won't tell you you need. But this will at least get you going. I don't have any dried beans, which I do have. I should have added that one, so I'll add that one on. Have a good day, guys. Bye.